All right, we're going to get reworks for not only Sunspot, but for Magik as well. And we're going to talk about the new team members here in a moment. Before we get into that, there is a poll currently going on the website where you can get 50 energy and 50 power cores. And what we're voting for here is a symbiote team and who the symbiote is going to be attached to. So we had this once before with Silver Surfer, and Silver Surfer fused with the symbiote to make Void Knight. And the choices here are Gambit, Nightcrawler, and Quicksilver. So there is going to be some reworks, and the reworks are going to be for Sunspot and Magik. I feel like a lot of people have Sunspot partially upgraded. Magik's going to need a little bit of work. I'm kind of excited about Magik because Magik has one of the coolest costumes in the game. That is the Midnight Suns one. Aha, if you don't have it, haha! Also, Community Manager Playboy is taking over the channel. I just in that mood today. I might be this character more often because some days I wake up and sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Let's talk about the 3 other characters that are be coming in to the game, and these are in the data mine, and we're going to be getting, I'm guessing, kits here shortly. You have to hold tight for that, but we've got Cannonball, Wolfsbane, and Warlock. Now, I want to talk about something that is not good, and I feel a little bit betrayed, and I'll talk about why here in a second. And because there's a lot of context here that I have like firsthand information on that is going to give some insight to what's really going on over there, and I feel like I've been taken advantage of a little bit. I wanted to share this comment from the MSF Discord server of a reply to community manager Pathfinder had regarding power cores, as this was a concern that many people have attention, and I'm curious how the player base feels about this. Too long didn't read. Power cores have been removed from the World Warrior and been put in the showcase, as we know. However, won't be returning to the World Warrior. Also receiving a net negative 170 power cores compared to what we would be getting through everyday participation from World Warrior. Which statement best describes your view? Yeah, everybody is. The chain is untouchable and needs to be reversed or provided in some other way. They are going in an extreme direction, and I just want to tell you, and I don't want to make it sound like this. It could be a lot worse, and I get the feeling that they haven't fully made up their mind what they wanted to do. I also feel like the proposal I showed was way worse than this, and then they changed it to this. And I remember when that happened, I felt like, well, when people are saying, hey, we're losing 170 power cores a game, and I'm thinking, oh, this is way lower than what their plan, I think, is going to be going forward. And, and I was thinking, well, what if that was the plan? What if that was the trick? And I don't normally think of 4D chess, but I feel like they make their minds up on something and they're going to push it through no matter what. And I feel like they did that with Overpowered. And I think what they may have done is shown me and the envoys a super horrible plan and then backed off of that and only did this so that we would feel, oh, it's not that bad. It was supposed to be a lot worse. What if that was the intent? What if they're just trying to calm me down from like screaming this is garbage because it's garbage? Now I think I was manipulated into thinking that, well, it could be a lot worse. No, this is bad. This is bad. And maybe what I saw and they showed me, which was a lot worse than this, was just a trick to lower my expectations. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but not great at all. I have a lot more thoughts on this. I think that they're moving in this direction because players like myself who used to spend $400-500 a month back in COVID aren't. It's just that simple. I'm not. I can get new characters relatively easily by coring them. And a lot of that has to do with the increased output of Arena, where a lot of people are getting 400 to 500 power cores a day out of Arena, and I can stockpile them. And when a new character comes out, I can core them. Generally, by the time the full team is out, I didn't even have to core the first one. I'll get the first of the 3 for free, and then the other two I might core, and then when the team is all together, and I'm doing that right now. I'm absolutely doing that right now with what is it, the Warriors team right here, the Mortal Weapons team. Like, I don't need Lady Bullseye today. I will figure out how to get the team when I have a full 5-piece, and I can use them because they're not useful to me until I have all 5. So I completely just didn't even bother. Now, have they incentivized people to get Lady Bullseye? For sure. But I'm sidestepping a lot of spending. I'm not having to spend as much money. I don't care that much about the battle passes anymore, unless there's a character I really like. And part of this has created a situation where I'm not spending $500 a month. I just haven't. I just haven't needed to. And like, I can get the same results that I was getting when I was spending $400 or $500 today. The game has become way more free-to-play player from my point of view. And I got to tell you this also. Every day someone pops into my Twitch chat saying they can't catch up and how bad the economy is and all that. And I do think that is true for people in various stages in the game. But from where I was spending, the opposite is true. The game has never been cheaper to play at the level that I was accustomed to playing. That is the reality for a higher spender. I don't want to say I was a Kraken, but I definitely was a whale, right? I don't need to spend anymore. I just haven't needed to. Maybe I buy one battle pass and one character a month. And you know, maybe that's under $60. That's just where I used to spend $400 or $500 a month, and I'm getting the same results. Okay. And I do want to back off this a little bit and state that not everybody is having this experience. I think if you're been free to play indefinitely, you haven't felt this. Like maybe it's gotten worse for free to play. I get that. I can only speak to my personal experience where the game has never been cheaper to play at the min-max higher spender level, where I only spend on value. I'm a value-based spender. I don't just buy everything. I only buy when I see value, and there has been no value, and I've been able to get everything done. So the game may be moving in another direction from that, and I feel that they're going to try to put pressure on people like myself, and whether or not I'll respond to it or not remains to be seen. I'm not going to want to spend unless they're giving value. What I mean by value is stuff to do, enjoyable content, fun. Come on. I'm willing to spend if you bring it. I'm somebody that loves Marvel Strike Force, and if the developers bring value in a game worth spending money on it, I will spend, because I'm that kind of player. Always have been that kind of player in every game I've ever played. I will spend if there's value, and if I feel like that I'm getting a good experience with my time, because time is the most valuable resource that one can have. And if they're providing a good gaming experience, I'll spend, because this is a hobby for me. Some people collect Jeeps. Some people collect watches. I get it. Everybody has a different hobby, but I'm only going to spend if I'm having fun during that hobby, doing that hobby. So bring it. You know, I'm having fun with these guys right now. You know, maybe I'll spend on these. What would that look like if I was spending X amount of dollars a month on this stuff? Well, I would have to have all this stuff all over my office. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go with that right there. Also, I had a call with YouTube, and YouTube said if I mention items in my video that I love, and I'm going to mention this microphone right here. I took the little thing off of it. This is an Electro Voice RE20. It is a broadcast quality microphone. If you've ever watched my videos, I pretty much insist on having nearly perfect audio. This microphone has a Wikipedia page. It came out in the 60s. Numerous artists like Stevie Wonder have used this microphone. And it's only one of 2 microphones that I would suggest to anyone. This one right here, Electro Voice RE20. The other one is the Shure microphone that Cat uses. And that microphone also came out a long time ago, like in the 70s. It's also a broadcast quality microphone, but even Michael Jackson used it for Thriller. So these are really, really good microphones. I'm sure with vocals and instruments, singing vocals, that is, there might be better microphones for sure. But for broadcast quality, just speaking microphones, these are where it is. And I see them everywhere all the time. It's those two microphones that are used pretty much everywhere for broadcasting of speaking vocals. Maybe singing's different, maybe guitars are different, but for me, I don't think I could even spend any more money and got the same value. Let me know if that link works for you, if that's an interest. They said I get a little bit of commission if people use it. And I said, what the hell? I love this. I've used this microphone for 8-9 years. I'd buy it again if it broke. I don't see how it'd break though. Bye for now.